But now it's time for Flashback, a recap of stories amid headlines during the week. And we begin on Monday with the highlights of President Bola Tinubu's Democracy Day address to Nigerians. The president in the address appealed to Nigerians to exercise patience and sacrifice a little more for the survival of the country.
It is his first Democracy Day as President of Nigeria, and President Bola Tinubu has paid tributes to the heroes of democracy and the June 12, 1993 struggle. In his Democracy Day address, President Tinubu acknowledged the selfless contribution and sacrifice of Chief MKO Abiola, who has made it possible for Nigeria to enjoy the democratic system of governance.
We can easily recall the sacrifice and the martyrdom of Chief MKO Abiola, the custodian of the sacred mandate that was so cruelly annulled. He sacrificed his life in unyielding patriotic defense of the ideals of democracy, as symbolized in his choice by his fellow countrymen and women as their duly elected president.
President Tinubu also acknowledged the contribution of well-meaning Nigerians who fought for the liberation of the nation.
We remember Pat Alfred Rewani, one of the heroes of our independence struggle, and Major General Shehu Musaya Adua, retired, who was silenced by the military junta while in pursuit of democracy. They gave their yesterday for the liberty that is ours today. The point is that we must never take this democracy for granted.
With the recent developments following the removal of petrol subsidy, President Tinubu appealed to Nigerians to be patient at this time while promising a better Nigeria for all citizens.
I feel your pain. This is one decision we must bear to save our country from going under and take our resources away from the stranglehold of a few unpatriotic elements. For your trust and belief in us, I assure you that your sacrifice shall not be in vain.
President Tinubu also challenged newly elected leaders to recommit themselves to offering selfless service to Nigerians.
Those of us who have been privileged to elect into public office at various levels in both the executive and legislative arms of government must recommit ourselves to offering selfless service to the people.
President Tinubu is optimistic Nigeria will exist and wax stronger and stronger, with generations remembering the essence of the sacrifices made by the heroes of the June 12 struggle.
May God continue to bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Well, on that same Monday, the president signed into law the student loan bill to allow for students in the country have access to interest-free loans that would enable them pay for tuition and meet other financial needs. A member of the president's strategy team, Dele Alake, told State House correspondents that the signing of the bill into law is in the fulfillment of the president's campaign promise. Well, still on Monday, or rather let's quickly go on to Tuesday, where the week under review continued with the election of presiding officers of the 10th National Assembly and the inauguration of the nation's legislative arm of government. At the Senate, Godswill Akpabio and Barau Jibrin were elected President and Deputy President of the Senate. And in the House of Representatives, Tajuddin Abbas and Benjamin Kalu were elected Speaker and Deputy Speaker in an open ballot system.
And bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
A roll call of members-elect kickstarts the business of the day. At the end of the exercise, 359 members-elect are on seat, leaving the seat of the deceased from Taraba State vacant.
And that I will abide by the Code of Conduct.
Former House Leader Halazana Dodogua nominates Tajuddin Abbas.
That the man I'm presenting today is someone who, by providence of hard work, commitment, and experience, a man of this repute, a man of this unparalleled record, is no other person than Right Honorable Tajuddin Abbas, member-elect.
Against the ruling party's directive, former Deputy Speaker Hamid Idris and Zamfara lawmaker Aminu Jaji threw their hats in the ring. For about 2 hours, members-elect cast their votes using the open ballot. It's a landslide victory for Tajuddin Abbas as he posts 353 votes, leaving Hamid Idris and Aminu Jaji with 3 votes each.
I,
Abbas Tajuddin,
do solemnly affirm that I will be faithful
and
bear true allegiance
to
the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
In his acceptance speech, Tajuddin Abbas applauds the achievements of his predecessor with a promise to surpass them. He promises to be fair and just.
In the few weeks, we shall be reeling out the legislative agenda that will shape the 10th House of Representatives. We shall work closely and interdependently with the executive and judiciary to give Nigerians the good governance they deserve. We will champion legislations that will uplift the lives of our fellow citizens, promote social justice, and drive sustainable development.
And still in the week under review, President Bola Tinubu on Wednesday suspended indefinitely Chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Abdulrasheed Bawa, to allow for proper investigation into his conduct while in office. The suspension followed weighty allegations of abuse of office leveled against him. Mr. Bawa was directed to hand over the affairs of his office to the Commission's Director of Operations pending the conclusion of investigation. Well, now, the appointment of 8 special advisors to President Bola Tinubu dominated the media landscape on Thursday. The following were those appointed: Dele Alake, Special Advisor, Special Duties, Communications Strategy; Yau Darazo, Special Advisor, Political Intergovernmental Affairs; Wale Edu, Special Advisor, Monetary Policy; Olu Vahejen, Special Advisor, Energy; and Zacchaeus Adedeji, Special Advisor, Revenue; Nuhu Ribadu, Special Advisor, Security; John Ugochukwu, Special Advisor, Industry, Trade and Investment; Salma Ibrahim Anas, Special Advisor on Health; and Special Advisor to the President is also supporting role in the executive arm of Government of Nigeria, whose duty is to assist the President in the performance of his functions. And the week continued on Friday with allegations and counter-allegations on between the former agitator and prominent Niger Delta leader Asari Dokubo and Nigerian military. Mr. Dokubo, during a visit to President Tinubu in his office in Abuja, accused the military of involving 99% of oil theft in the country.
The military is at the center of oil theft. And we have to make the Army and the Navy intimidate the civil defense, who are, by status, the people who are supposed to guard these pipelines. They receive a lot of money from NNPC, PCL, and the IOCs. And just across the corner, you will see a houseboat. A few meters from the houseboat, you will see an oil bunkering refinery or tapping directly from oil wellheads.
And the Nigerian Navy fired back and challenged the former Niger Delta agitator to provide names of the Navy commanders or military officers involved in crude oil theft in the country. Spokesman for the Navy, Commodore Adetoun in a voice clip, accused the Niger Delta agitator of seeking undue relevance by unfairly criticizing the military of being in the vanguard of oil theft.
What I can say officially is that the Nigerian Navy, the Nigerian military, and the Navy in particular is at the forefront of fighting crude oil theft at all levels. Why I say at all levels, crude oil is stolen from the pipeline and refined in the creeks for the local markets, the local buyers. It's also allegedly stolen from offshore at sea. You remember the case of Heroic Edom that was made to pay fines to Nigerian government after they were arrested and brought back from Guinea-Bissau, Malabo Island, and made to face court orders. It demonstrated the will of the Navy to go as far as even beyond our waters to arrest a ship that had attempted to load without license, without due approval. In April, 1st of April last year, I was there physically on board one of our ships at FOT in One when the Navy launched Operation Dakata da Barao, which means stop the thief in Hausa language. Stop the thief that is stealing the nation's natural resources, the hydrocarbons. Nigerian Navy has been fighting crude oil theft, taking the fight to the creeks. If Asare Dokubo is seeking some form of relevance and whatever, and he alleges that there is a cabal of military people that are involved in crude oil theft, let him bring the names. Nobody is afraid of getting the names of those involved in crude oil theft. You cannot make such spurious allegations and think that you just sweep it down the carpet. There will be, I believe, an official response from Defense Headquarters on this matter. The Chief of Defense Staff does not condone that, nor does the Chief of Naval Staff, under whom I serve. The Nigerian Navy, as an organization, is actively involved in the fight against crude oil theft and the resources in the Niger Delta. So for anybody to say that there is a cabal of military officers, the only simple thing, bring the evidence, bring the names. I rest my case.